Yeah, no, listen, at the minute we're okay, Tom. Yeah, everyone's come through the last couple of weeks training. We still have a number of sessions left. So, yeah, more or less clean bill of health. Bar Oisín, who's just.
That's Oisín Gallen.
Yeah, Oisín Gallen, who's just maybe a couple of weeks away. But no, it'll not be long before he's back on the pitch. But unfortunately for him and us, that he'll not be available for Ulster final.
Yeah, so you're in real good health heading into what? Another Ulster final, and I suppose that was the goal, that was the target at the start of the year, because Donegal people and Donegal football are used to getting to Ulster finals.
Oh, listen, it's no mean achievement to get there again, Tom. It's even though we've been fortunate enough over the years to get into numerous Ulster finals, we don't take it for granted and we don't take it lightly. And when you're there, you want to go on and win it, and that's for sure. That's what we'll be. We'll be trying over the next number of days and training sessions now to get our end of it right and to get that performance that's going to be required to win it.
Yeah, and so far, is it a case of a bit like the curate's egg, good, bad, and maybe indifferent, or mostly good?
No, listen, Ulster matches are always difficult, and Armagh game, yeah, you'd be happy with a lot of things that we done against Armagh. Cavan, we knew we're going to bring what they always bring, and we found that out in 2020. So I thought we managed the game well, especially in the second half. The goals came at a crucial stage for us, but again, semi-finals just to get over the line. So yeah, we know we're going to need a more consistent performance now against Derry, who have been very, very impressive in their two games to date.
Yeah, is it true to say that probably there seems to be an incremental improvement in Donegal from Armagh to Cavan, and I know Cavan really put it up to, and they came out all guns blazing. Is that probably the fact that it's the first time that you have had the full squad together and the full team together and your best selection together? Yeah,
listen, the way the game's gone anyway, Tom, it's not anymore about 15 starting, and you have a look and the way up what that start's going to look like, what that last quarter's going to look like, and who's going to be coming off that can make a telling contribution coming off the bench, and that's going to be vitally important on some of the week. So it's going to take a squad effort. We're fortunate enough that we have, and hopefully these players stay on the pitch, that there's huge competition for places there at the minute. There's huge energy and intensity at the training sessions, and every player's putting their hand up to get that jersey and also finally, and that's what you expect, and that's what you want as a team manager.
Yeah, we'll come to team selection later, but talk to me about Derry. You mentioned them. Are you surprised they're in the final?
No, absolutely not. We know we played them last year in championship football, and we got a late score to get us over the line, and did a very consistent league campaign. Unfortunately for them, that they came up short against Galway and probably one half of football. But other than that, they were consistent, and they won, I think, 6 and drew 1. There was 1-5, I think, and drew 1 out of their 7 matches. So it's a team that's been fairly consistent in terms of personnel also, and they have quality players, and there's no doubt about that there. Down through the years, by the standard of club teams in Derry, and by the schools and underage, they're a real strong GAA county, and with a lot of quality coming through. So it's no surprise, to be quite honest. I knew Monaghan and Tyrone were always going to be a difficult game, but with the ease that they got past those 2 games would tell you that we're in for a serious challenge on the 29th.
Yeah, does it cause you sleepless nights, the fact that they beat Tyrone by 11, the reigning All-Ireland champions, but Monaghan last week by 4 blew them away in the first half, really?
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, listen, they are the form team. There's no doubt about it. And we're going to have to bring our best performance to the table on the 29th, and the players that'll be fortunate enough to get that opportunity will need to be at the levels. And as I said, training has been going well, and there is an edge definitely to what we're doing, and that needs to be there. And but listen, it's still a challenge that we're really looking forward to, Tom. And it's where you want to be. Clonus, Ulster finally. There's no better place to be. And as I say, we're just waiting and chomping at the bit now.
Yeah, similarities been made with Derry and Donegal in 2011 and 2012. I know you were an observer then and a supporter then. Donegal came from Division 2, came from nowhere, had a sensational hunger and appetite. Is it about matching Derry's hunger and appetite?
Yeah, listen, that's part of it for sure, and then it's around what you do with the ball, and the work rate around that, and yeah, naturally enough, as I say, it's going to be there's similar patterns in terms of how to play also, but listen, it's going to be an interesting match. There's no doubt about that there, and to me it probably will go down to the wire, and as I say, contributions, and I mean big contributions coming from the bench, is going to be vital.
Yeah, most people have the opinion, both teams can are quite defensive, obviously, and hit teams on the break, and they have that defensive system off pretty well. So it's going to be pretty close, isn't it? People expecting a low-scoring game.
I don't know, Tom. I think Derry have what they got last at 3-12 and a big score against her own first day out. They're getting the scores, they're getting goals, and we had 116 last day out. So yeah, no, listen, it's I think it's going to be a fascinating game. There's no doubt about that there. But I think you'll see plenty of scores.
Yeah, they have scored quite a lot of goals in their games so far, right through the league as well. So, and they depend on those goals. So obviously that's going to be a task, obviously, for your defence.
Yeah, that's natural enough. Any day you go out, you want to make sure that we limit the opportunities for goal opportunities, and that'll be no different going into an Ulster final. But no, listen, it's going to be small margins. A lot of things can go either way, and free taking. We've got to be nailing those, and defensively we've got to be good, and yeah, it's going to be around the whole game plan package, and delivering that on the day that's going to get us over the line.
Yeah.